It's already Groundhog's
know,
Day, my
I know.
goodness. Sanibel is known for having an abundance of seashells, but there are rules when it comes to the natural treasures.
Did you know, for example, that taking home certain shells can carry a fine? Wink News reporter Haley Zarconi is in the studio now. Haley, what are the do's and don'ts here?
If it's alive, it needs to stay on the beach. The shore is lined with shells up for grabs as long as nothing is living inside them. You also should not dig for shells. If they're up on the surface, they're for the taking. But you aren't allowed to dig deep into the shore. Shells should not be treated as buried treasure.
Well, I keep looking. Every time I come out and don't find a whole one, I say I've just got to come back another time to look some more.
Sanibel Island is a shell searcher's dream. From the ones that wash up after a storm down to the sand, beaches like this are covered with shells, but not every one should be taken home. Debbie Armiger is on the hunt for the perfect shell.
Well, I have this addiction to shelling. I'm looking for the elusive Junonia, but that hasn't come to me yet. But I keep looking. You never know. It's got to come someday, right?
She says the ones she does take home, she crafts and gives to her grandkids. But she knows not everyone is a keeper.
The most important rule is not to take a live shell. They're beautiful, but you got to put them back. Just because something's beautiful doesn't mean you need to kill it.
It's prohibited to take any shell on Sanibel that has a live organism in that, and that's actually that's not only limited to our seashells, but also things like sea urchins, starfish. Sand dollars.
This rule stretches farther than Sanibel. It's a county-wide ordinance. World-renowned for these beach treasures, these colorful finds keep the food chain going.
Sanibel Island is known as a stopover for birds that are migrating from Canada all the way to South America.
Whether you're on our beaches to visit or here to stay, the city of Sanibel says your seaside souvenir should pass this test.
Maybe take a scoop of water and hold it in your hand and see if it moves on its own without prompting, and then you would know it's a live shell.
If it moves in your hand, keep it in the sand.
We want to be able to preserve, the living structure here, the living ecosystem, and live shell collecting is bad news for many species.
Breaking these ordinances could also result in a fine if Beach Patrol catches you. And Lee County is not the only one with these shelling rules in place. Manatee County shares similar rules as well. And experts told me today that the best time to go shelling is at low tide or after one of the storms that we've had so far this year.
Yeah, I bet. And you don't want to shell it out when you do something wrong out on the beach, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
A lot of experts there, too. Thanks,
Thank
Haley.
you.